Welcome to Six Sigma Black Belt, Course 1, Module 5, Change Management. Managing change is at the heart of Lean Six Sigma initiatives. Often we encounter resistance due to a lack of understanding or a perceived or realized loss on the part of the individual. Let's discuss some useful tools in managing change, organizationally speaking. Stakeholders are individuals or groups of individuals with an interest or concern in a project sponsored by an organization. Stakeholder analysis is a great tool for evaluating the landscape of actors in a project. Stakeholder analysis helps us reduce resistance to change and facilitate better solutions to realize change and avoid pitfalls. As a result, we can realize more buy-in. Stakeholders can be at any level of the organization and hold any role in the organization. Examples of the diverse population of stakeholders are offered here. Here is an abbreviated example of a stakeholder analysis. Across the top, we have a spectrum of commitment levels. On the left side, we have the individuals or groups that are designated as stakeholders. The X's represent the current level of commitment. The blue dots represent the desired level of commitment. The arrows show the magnitude of change needed. Recognize that stakeholder analysis is a subjective tool. It is sometimes done at the team level or between the project leader and the champion. Our means for moving the commitment level of each individual or group will be entirely unique. At a more detailed level, a plan will be devised on actions needed to bring us closer to the desired level of commitment for each stakeholder. This can be outlined on the right side of the table for each stakeholder. One way to uncover stakeholders is through a CYPOK. CYPOK is a high-level process map that includes suppliers, inputs, processes, outputs, and customers. In a CYPOK, quality is judged based on the output of the process and improved by analyzing inputs and processing variables. Like any other process map, CYPOKs help us bound the process. They are also effective communication tools and ensure an aligned perception of how the team views the process. When developing a CYPOK, there are a number of questions we must ask. Most importantly, we need to understand why the process exists and what is being designed to produce. Next, we need to identify who uses the product. Where do we get resources to make these products? Who are these suppliers, and what do they supply? What steps are taken to produce these inputs into product? Now that we have developed the ingredients for the CYPOK, we can construct the CYPOK. Start by naming the process and establish the boundaries. List the key outputs and customers, as well as the key inputs and suppliers. Now place these elements in sequential order. Here is an example of a simple CYPOK for using a copier. The process steps are outlined at the bottom. Recognize that the same entity can serve as both a supplier and a customer. Often, it can make sense to start by identifying the process and then building inputs and outputs to the left and right of the process respectively. Align each input and output with their respective supplier and customer.